Hello and welcome to the SE Race League here for the Season 22 French Grand Prix for the Tier 2 drivers as the Hassam spectating has a big moment out of turn 2. Here we are at the circuit, Paul Ricard, as we go through turn 3 and 4. Very technical part of the circuit. As we go to tight turn 5, let's go through turn 6, take a late apex here and slingshot nicely down onto the straight. Low downforce could be crucial into this race, but at the same time downforce is very much needed, especially in that third sector. Going through the chicane now. Well, yep. Yep. As these guys are going through this long right-hander, very easy to lose the rear through this corner if you're not careful. Now this corner is very understeery, it's very important to get it right. It's very easy to lose time on exit. Get it down now. Keep the chart to the right, and you flick it to the left for this double, almost double apex left-hander, and then line yourself as best as you can. As Crocken just about misses the apex down towards the line. DRS open, quite a far distance to the pit straight, down to the finish line. And here we go, all that time is 37.7 to Magny. 7 thousandths of seconds between Julian and Magny.
Yeah, so sorry Matt, I'm just trying to get into the rhythm of things. Angel looks like he's made a mistake there on his lap. He will start P14. Kasari was an AI and he's actually put himself up in a good position there, so that's good from his. Oh, I'm just checking that the stream's working right now. I had a few problems with including my audio yesterday. But yes, not Pistol, sorry, that was yesterday. Matt. It's Magny on pole position once again. Those grip packs running well for him in P1. Second is Julian. Third is Crocken. Definitely more well suited, Matt, to Tier 2 than Tier 1. So that's a good qualifying from him. Fourth is Toby. Fifth is Soloist, a new driver. Sixth is DJ Danny. Seventh is Callum. Eighth is Yalwa Stugrad. Ninth is Darkin. 10th is Slot. 11th is Kasari. 12th Joey. 13th AR Jax. 14th Angel. And 15th will be Petrovic. Matt, we've got Darkin in P9, Tugrat in P8, and Danny in P6. So they're the top three in the standings. All the time complaining, Maldy, I'm going to be out next race. Magni, don't worry about it. I don't know why you're watching the stream during racing, but yes, good luck there from Magni, Matt. Just a little inside joke about our lovely grip packs, Matt. They're very infamous here for Tier 2. But yes, Matt, is the sprint race. From your experience yesterday, I don't think anyone's really done a sprint race around here. What can we expect from this sprint? No formation lap, of course, as well, so we're straight into the action. Matt.
Sorry, I'll mute my mic. Sorry. Yeah. If you take any other sprint race, you will obviously might be a bit more overtake, a bit more powerful with your overtake button, might be more usage. But yep, got to make your overtake stick and make sure you don't get taken out on lap 1.
Yeah. Right then, we're gearing up for the sprint then. In France, the final ever Tier 2 French Grand Prix for the foreseeable future. It's a good start again. We love that. And it's lights out, away they go, Matt. Here in France, Crocken gets off to a decent start. He's going to have Toby Raw behind him there, but it's a good start there from Magny. He's going to get into turn 1 first. Julian's going to try and look on the outside. We're going to look in the midfield, Matt. That's where it's going to be real carnage, and it is.
And the Ferrari's round.
Yeah, the Ferrari's off the track there. That's Kasari. He's had a mistake there. Down into turn 1. Darkin has kept position of P9. Then you got Crocken. Danny's trying to make some progress here, Matt. As he goes through, he's going to get pushed off the track there, and he's been in contact with the Mercedes of Tugra. And Tugra's up to P5. It's crucial, Matt, that Danny and Danny beats both Tugra and some other guy tonight. I don't know. It's too quick. But anyway, we've got the Mercedes of Tugrat up the inside, but you can get the move done on Raw Toby there.
Danny, side by side through the chicane.
Yeah, Danny then side by side. He's going to try and get him this in the slipstream. Back in the slipstream goes the Ferrari. Then you've got Tugrat on the attack on Toby here. It's a good start so far, Matt, for Magny in this Grand Prix. He leads the French GP here in Paul Ricard.
Yeah, so Kazari's back there with he picked up some damage with the collisions with the cars he was at. As I see Callum and Slup swapping places here. Going to second chicane, Slup has a little bit look on the inside. He makes the move up the inside. We'll have the outside here. We'll do. Oh, there's contact, and the Haas goes wide as the cars navigate the through. As Angel's not in his car at the moment, now,
Yeah, he's having a few problems with the connection to the lobby at the moment. I think he's about to reset.
And if I was Kazari, I would go on to a set of softs because you will have plenty of those. That should go to the end, hopefully. He wouldn't go, oh, he's on another set of mediums. He's just screwed himself over. Oh no. You only have 2 sets of them, which means when it comes to the race, you will have a scrub set only available to him. Oh, and the McLaren's wide. Toby's off the circuit at turn 6. As they all navigate down and down into his pit straight. Here he uses lower wings, he's got a massive advantage. Solis, look at the straight line speed he's got. A bit of overtake mode is all he needs. Position done. Up into P number 5 for the...
Matt, sorry, Crooken and Yudi have had some sort of contact. Crooken is up now into P2 in this French Grand Prix. Tugrat is in P4. I'm just trying to get Angel back in the lobby here. I think he's having a few problems, but Soloist as well is coming through. Toby's lost a few positions, Matt. But at this current moment, it is looking very good for Magny. 1.2 seconds is the gap between those two drivers, Matt. So it's a good start there for the Turk.
Yep, it's great stuff for him, exactly what he needs. Commits to, especially obviously, penalties could hurt you as well, because it's not going to just hurt your points, it's also going to hurt your starting position for the main race. It's what I don't really like about the sprinters is that you can easily just lose from your places. You can get such a good qualifying position, and suddenly it's ruined in literally in only just within about 20 minutes of a sprint race. You could start pole position and then start last for the race. You know, I personally don't like that. I don't know why one race should affect another.
Yeah, I prefer the sprint shootout.
I don't like how they did it, but I like the way how it doesn't the sprint race doesn't affect the main race. That's the only bit I liked about it.
I think Angel's having a lot of issues, so yeah, he's just gonna have to put that net out or just sit this one out, I think. But now we've got Joey on the back mat of Toby. Toby is losing positions raw, left, right, and centre. Left, raw, and centre. I should have said. Yeah, so Joey. Take a wider line, so he's going to get a much better exit than the McLaren. Here we go, and he's on the curb! Yeah, he put too much on the curb. That's what Dem did, Matt, yesterday in Tier 1. He used too much of the curb.
Yeah, and I did the exact same thing. I did the exact same thing on lap 26, which actually ended up these my points from that race. For what points I was getting. But yeah, at the moment, but apart from that, it's been mostly single file so far. But DRS will hopefully make it a little more interesting.
Yeah, DRS will sort things out.
We've got a bit of a little DRS train at the moment. Very close pace.
DRS for Crooken, Matt.
Yep, he's cooking on pace. I did think Crooken, I was following him yesterday. And I was really took me like 5 or 6 laps to really any catch up to him at all. And when I did, when you get the DRS, it just makes a massive difference. He was losing quite low wings like I was, so I'd be interested to see how this works out. Sure. Crooken definitely had some solid pace yesterday, which was able to show it in the Tier 1 race yesterday, so it'd be interesting to see how that works out and how it transfers this Tier 2 race, as obviously you can see at the moment he is currently P2.
He's got the DRS again, Matt.
DRS again. He's using a lot of overtake at the moment. He's got a lot left to use. Magny's got a bit of left to spare, as does Callum, I think, had a moment.
Callum span.
Yeah, span at the chicane. Oh, he's on the chicane, so turn 6. There's an LP McLaren's up the side, and there's a collision with Joey and Toby as Joey goes round the outside, gets something done, but there was definitely a lot of contact being made there.
And Matt, sorry, Danny's got a lot more ERS to play with down the straight. It's going to be in the slipstream of Toby around the outside of the right hander. All the way around the outside goes DJ Danny, and he's got the move done, and Toby span. Right.
luckily for Toby though, he managed to get a nice 360 in the end, but you've got to watch out for this tyres might be a bit hot. Get around here.
Yeah,
But look, Joey luckily only lost about 3 seconds. So that's damage limitation for him, I guess. But now he's down to P9. He was P3 at one stage with very, very little battery, and he's now got people behind him with DRS. It's going to be a very difficult sprint as Cam somehow spins in the middle of a sort of slight bend straight.
Hawkins looking quite quick, Matt, down the pit straight, but in that first 2 corners, he's not looking.
And he's been in the pit lane. It's a 37
Near
mile an hour pit lane.
Callum.
It's a 37 mile an hour pit lane. Yeah. Well, it's about retiring because he's still got Kazara to navigate through.
Yeah, Matt. Callum has been quite vocal about France. He doesn't like the track.
Yeah.
A bit like you, but yeah.
I don't think France is liked, but a lot of people, to be honest. Some people obviously do like it, but I think it's a very unorthodox track. There's too many places where it can it's a very inconsistent track. I feel like there's lots of bumps and necessary like curbs that you could use like loads of time. You can do it quite a few times. The next time you go for it, it will just suddenly kick you off and spin you off or something.
Yeah. Well, talking about kicking you off the track, we've got Slup. He was looking quite slow around that chicane, and now you got AR Jackson back of him. AR Jax was battling for the win, Matt. He was battling for the lead in the sprint in Austria a week ago, and now he's down in P11. So it really shows, Matt, how different tracks can affect how you perform in terms of how quick you are around them.
Yeah.
Because you know, Magny was rapid at Japan. But Crooken is keeping up with him here in France. He's keeping the gap quite good, and this is why Matt Crooken is the reigning Tier 2 champion. Of course, he's been reserved this season because of work commitments and stuff. But when he's raced, Matt, he has been in solid positions. So well done to Crooken. He's been really solid and really consistent when he's raced. So it's great to have him, and hopefully, Matt, he can be a full-time driver next season in season 23.
Yep, as penalties start to creep in. Obviously, it will affect their finish positions for this race and the start positions for their final race. As Kazari navigates through Callum.
Callum and Kazari are battling, and Callum is on the wet tyres again.
I did mention that when you're in the pits, I don't know why.
Just a little bit ridiculous, if I'm honest. I think he will be getting a penalty.
I mean, it saves him having using a set of mediums, but.
It's just like, what are you doing? But no, Matt, sorry, scrap that. Crooken's round the outside of Magny. Round the outside, is he going to get the move done? Round the outside of the Ass driver. Round the outside goes Crooken. And he's going to get the move done.
Great move.
Now, anyone. Wait, is Crooken using the grip hacks now? I thought Magny was using grip hacks.
Maybe downforce. Magny did look pretty quick down the straights. I remember, I don't see Crooken. Even with the ice and stitch.
Yeah, Matt, but it doesn't matter. Magny uses grip pack, remember, so he should be rapid through those corners.
He's got DRS and he's got DRS and slipstream. He can be very quick down in straights now. He does seem a bit more slippery than Crooken down those straights. As Angel's race is going from bad to worse. So we'll stay on board with this.
Edge is in the slipstream down straight on Slup. But Slup's got very good straight line speed there. Gal span, as he said.
As Magny is right the back of Crooken still. It's only 3.5 tenths. He's got a great exit. He's got a bit more ERS than Crooken. Now DRS is open. It looks like he's going to make back. Look at him just breeze past. As Crooken really tried to force him to the left there, but it's just Magny's carrying so much more speed. He'll only catch Crooken out. As Joey and the two Alpines are fighting. Joey has just got past Solist. Oh, and Joey has a moment again out of the chicane, and he just then goes and loses it. Oh, all the hard work has just been slapped in his face.
Crooken's running outside again. Crooken's on the inside, sorry.
Yeah, back on them as obviously Magny's back behind Crooken. So I don't know how Crooken managed to get back ahead of him. This is a very, very interesting fight for this first place. Oh, Mercedes is off as Petrovic. He's in the barriers. Now all the way out there. Must be in contact something, because no way he will get that by himself. Okay, his car can't come out now. It's
What
too
is he
late.
doing?
Who's who? Oh, he's
What is
crashing
he
on the
doing?
corners.
What's Petrovic doing? What is he doing? Right, that's getting reported. What are you doing? I'm going to do some reporting tonight, Matt. I'm going to do some reporting on some of these drivers. Because Callum's on the full wet tyres. Petrovic is cutting corners in the final sector. It's not professional. You don't do sort of this shit. The Callum is actually going to be getting a penalty, Matt, after this Grand Prix. Because I've had enough now of him going on the wet tyres. Right, Magny then, DRSing it down the straight then, on the back of Crooken.
Magny's got past back Crooken. Up the inside at the chicane. While you're looking at the back, and I'm looking at the front.
You can have a good exit.
Yeah, these guys are both
Yes, look
very
at
low
this,
in
side by side.
Both got
People
no
said that
left.
France was a boring track. Boy, you're boring. Yeah, Rani. Oh.
These guys need to watch out because Julian and Tugra are not too far behind.
Yeah, they're quite, yeah.
These guys are slowing each other down at the moment. All these side-by-side battles. Yeah, it's interesting, but at the same time, it's hurting themselves. These guys need to sort themselves out, otherwise they could be losing more places.
And Joey's trying to get past his teammate, Soloist.
For like the third time this race, I think. Back up the inside. Joey's showing he has got good pace, especially when he's got the right setup on. Always keep it still at the inside as contact almost happened. As Joey sweeps it around the outside for the final corner. Both of them.
D5 there for him. But Matt, I'm intrigued. Who is going? Is Crooken? He should have really saved a bit more ERS because now Magny's
He's got a little bit more than Magny at the moment. So
a little bit more, but I think he will still be in the under 10% mark for the DRS. So it won't really be as effective as it could have been if he saved some of that battery, Matt. But he's going to try and get a good exit out of this corner. He's going to try and get him down the straight.
Yeah, Magny seems very strong out of that corner. You also need to gain a couple of tenths than Crooken through there.
Then Crooken's good on the next corner, Matt. Crooken's quite good on the next corner.
Not using DRS. I don't know
why. But the ERS, Matt, would have been really, helpful for this straight.
He doesn't seem to always have his DRS. So many times I've seen him being behind someone, he's just not using DRS. I'm confused why he's not using it. I need to ask a question about him after, because I've seen so many times where he's in a possible position to use DRS, he's not used it. Liver's too good, on a little bit of a wibble on Julian. Nothing's come up to play there, but Pagazari has crashed out or retired on the third to last corner. As Angel is round again, so quickly back onto him. But Magny's going to come around this last section. He's got a couple of lap cars.
AR Jackson, Toby, sorry Matt, in the middle sector going side by side. Well, they were. And Jax has had to yield that position to Toby. But it is going to be Magny who is going to win the sprint race here in France. Second is Crooken. Third is Julian. Fourth is Tugra. That's a solid, 5 points in the sprint for him. That's a good little race for Tugra. Fifth is Joey. Sixth is Soloist. Good showing there from Alpine. Seventh, DJ Danny. Eighth, Darkin. Ninth, AR Jax. 10th will be Toby on the grid. 11th, Sky Slup. Toby's disconnected. Then you've got Angal, Callum, Kasari and Petrovic. So that is the 15 drivers that will be lining up the grid for the French Grand Prix. It was a pretty, not as exciting as it was yesterday, but it still had some good, decent action. Yeah, this is just a little bit ridiculous if I'm honest. From Callum, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm just staying on the Crooken at the moment.
I don't know what he's doing. Just either retire or just don't go on the wet tyres, because it's very disrespectful in my opinion. Very just unprofessional to be going on the full wet just because you crash out. So I think Matt, we as stewards will need to discuss him. For also wasting people's time as well. I mean, I don't really understand it. Like I get that you want to have fun. I get that you blah blah, but come on, there's a time and a place to go on to the
Incorrect compound.
The wet side. It's adjoined. I did warn him as well in the week.
Cook just realised that he normally has his DRS on auto.
Oh dear.
That's why I always find out why he's never using his DRS, and that's there we go. That's the reason why. Alright, anyway, after all that, there's your race finishing positions for the sprint. Magny on, well, I'll say even first place, and he'll be on first place for the start of the main race. Cooking will be P2.
Sorry, Matt, my controller disconnected.
Julian will be P3.
First is Magny, second is Cooking, third is Julian, fourth is Javas.
Maldi, I was already going through it when you interrupted me.
Well, fifth is Joby, sixth is Serdovich, seventh is DJ. And eighth is Darky, ninth will be AR Jax, 10th will be Toby, 11th Slup, 12th Angel, 13th Callum, 14th Kasari, 15th will be Petrovic. Oh, that was an awful.
Yeah,
I
was just gone past Julian, and then suddenly you went P1, and I was like, what?
Oh, yeah, my controller disconnected, so I didn't hear you. But yes, Matt, very decent sprint race. The race is quite important as well. Undercut is a big thing around this track. What can we expect from strategy?
Undercut can be very powerful, yes. It might need to be longer than one lap, because I did a one lap undercut on the McLaren once yesterday, and I actually ended up being still behind him. Actually, no, I covered off the undercut. Well, I covered off the undercut by obviously pitting first, and then McLaren actually came ahead of me, but obviously because of cold tyres, I managed to get back up ahead of him. So it is there, but I don't think it's that powerful around here, to be honest. I don't think, because I don't feel like it was. But I think if we are going to be powerful, it's going to be more.
I think if you pit lap 14, if you pit, a few laps earlier, it's quite powerful compared to.
I think Bowman pitted like that 12, which I think is just a bit too early. My tyres were like 60% by the end of the race. My mediums were at the end of the race, so you won't want to take them much more than lap 13 earliest. Otherwise, it's just you kind of wearing out too much. But yeah, strategy is going to be obviously. It's not really that much choice in strategy in this track, as it is to most other tracks.
If my mic makes a buzzing noise, it's because I'm charging it, and I sometimes just touch the mic, and if I touch where the mic is connecting to the controller, it just makes a noise, so I apologise for that. We are going, Matt, here in France for round 11 of the season. Magny is on hards. It slides out and away they go here in France. Bad start there from Crooked. Great start from Julian. He's going to be in the slipstream of the first corner, dipping and diving, but it is going to be. First is Magny, second is Julian. Tugger's going to have a go around the outside of Crooken as well. Crooken span, Matt. On the first corner, he's had the mistake there. AR Jax is apparently P4. How the fuck's he done that? That's a great start there from the Frenchman.
Oh, never mind. He's been tagged round by Joey, and Joey's gone round as well. I think one of them must be ghosting or something, because they kind of push each other around the corner there. I think there might be some glitching going on here. Oh,
and Crooken's trying to get through on Toby. Toby's down to P13 now.
Toby was somehow he was back before we even got to turn 1. He must have just not started.
Well, there you go. Action here in France. But Darkin is on the attack now on Soloist.
As the Cesario fighting here for...
Already got a penalty, and Tugra is on. Well, Julian's on the attack. He's on the inside. He's on the inside of Magny. Side by side, these three drivers, Magny, Julian, and Tugra, and the Alfa Romeo span. For fuck's sake, what is going on?
I don't know. Even Magny didn't come on Yavis too with POV there, and it just maybe Magny just squeeze him a little bit. But I think at the same time, maybe Julian just drifted a bit too far wide. I think just a bit of misjudgment.
What is going on here in France? Kasari span as well on traction.
Well, Kasari's been spinning all bloody race, so I wouldn't worry about it too much.
What is going on? So Jack's going to be on the inside of Toby on the final corner. He's up to P13 now.
Yeah, I think it's Toby that's trying to make a move on Jax, I think. Obviously no DRS yet, but he's burning a lot of ERS. ERS is very harsh around here. You can't use it too much. There's not many heavy braking zones around this circuit. You're always kind of on the throttle around here, so it's difficult to save it up. So being economical with your ERS is very important. That's what DJ Johnny does. He's on 87%. you can use that now to try and catch up to Tugra and get some juicy DRS. As Tugra's just outside DRS at the moment. Obviously
and there's been a crash. I think that's Joey's gone. Joey's lost the traction.
Yeah, he's lost his front wing. Front wing is gone. The French flags are being dropped and the white flags are out. As Solaris is now P4. I think it's always P4. I'm pretty sure. I was always out Jax.
This Matt has just been a chaotic start to this French Grand Prix. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. I think it's because of how the turn 1 and 2 are. It's very just.
It's very undulating.
Weird, the way that there's, especially the bump. It might catch people out. Yeah. He caught out Crooken. Crooken was trying to defend from Tugra and then he dipped it on the.
Oh, and the Mercedes has just touched the Red Bull, and Crooken's going to take advantage of both of these, and goes through. Crooken gets Petrovic. Petrovic hit the back of Callum. Crooken gets Petrovic there. Position, and now look at Petrovic is going up the inside, but no, Crooken covers it off, but then diving up the inside of Callum into the final corner. He's got great traction, Crooken though.
Yeah, he's going to be alongside Callum down the straight. He's coming to defend this. DRS is now enabled. You've got Julian trying to get past Petrovic as well. Good little battles going on Matt here in the race.
Around he goes.
What are you doing?
He made contact with Crooken there.
But why are you slowing down, sir? Whatever. Right. Crooken is now in P8, so he's definitely on the charge mat in this Grand Prix after that spin. Next up for him is Slup, and Slup's got the slipstream on Angao. Angao's had a good start as well. He's kept it out of the carnage. And Matt, if I dare see Callum box with a set of wets, I'm going to lose it. I'll actually lose it in this Grand Prix. Very fucking rude. Anyway, Crooken's still trying now get through on Angao. He's gained a lot of time through that chicane. Very good through that chicane, I must say.
He's just cut the chicane. They just messaged him to say to leave the game. That's downright ridiculous. Because now, if he does something that creates the incident, it causes a collision for something it shouldn't even be there for. Now Jack's repassed it. Getting a bit fed up with Callum, not gonna lie. Banking is now pulling away from Tugra. Tugra does not have the pace. DJ Denley's now within DRS as there's more flags. That's Kazari. Is he crashed in the pit lane? I don't know what the hell he's doing. Tier 2's turned to Tier 3 today, as Kazari has retired from the Grand Prix in the pit lane for Joey's Disamura.
You know what, I don't understand, Matt, what's going on in terms of just, they have obviously not put their practice in. Kazari was not even playing the game before this race. It's about putting the preparation and the practice in. If you've got the practice in, you won't be spinning. You won't be having these stupid mistakes. You won't need to cut across corners like Callum is getting a hefty penalty tonight, Matt. I'm going to tell you that now. Getting a hefty sort of situation, because this is ridiculous in terms of, how he's driving at the moment. It's a little bit it's quite bad.
Taking the piss, this way.
So, it's taking the piss. But he was warned several times to, not come with wet tyres, blah de blah. It's just. Sorry, I said he didn't have a setup. Well, you should have a setup already saved onto your.
That's kind of surprising, actually, because he spent a lot, which is actually something the default setup should be quite understeery. So,
to be honest, Matt.
I know exactly why you have to stop speaking. On board with the Red Bull anti-set mediums. Maldi will.
To be honest, Matt, yeah, it's very. You should really have your setup already loaded. You should have already, France. You should already have your setup loaded. It's a case of changing, a little detail. It takes you 10 seconds to do that. It's really not difficult, So the fact that people say it got set up, very easy to set up on your car. Very easy.
Yeah, if you're out somewhere and you come back and you're late, come back to your room. And obviously that's your issue, 'cause why you're out there in the first place, you know the
Yeah.
risks.
Why? Oh!
Magnie's made a mistake.
Magni spun.
I was thinking, I just see a car just goes through. Does it see CLS just goes through a car? Yeah, it was Magni.
Magni has spun out of the French Grand Prix. Now he's down to P4, 1.9 seconds behind Soloist, and Soloist has got some very decent pace, Matt, I must say.
Yeah.
Here in this Grand Prix.
I'll tell you what I think what might spell Magni round, just because that inside curb, the left-hander chicane, does sometimes catch you off if you hit it in a certain way.
On the exit?
No, the the turn left on the apex going into the chicane.
Oh.
That inside curb, you can sometimes catch you off that inside curb. It is quite bumpy. Obviously try and use that to try and open up the right-hander. Because he spun it on the first half of the chicane, spun it before the right-hander. So I assume that was been the case. He's obviously lost it on that inside curb on the apex, and obviously he's lost the car at some point. Yeah, I've hit that curb a few times in at some points.
Yeah, you can definitely ride the curves around this track, but you can't ride them too much that you get penalties.
Yeah, I've also noticed that
of course.
There's some places where you do not want to be on that blue stuff, especially the ones just off the track, off the racing line. Actually slows down quite considerably, especially going to that flat out right-hander. If you run wide onto that blue stuff, you actually lose about a second just from using the blue stuff trying to open up the turn at the right-hander. So where these guys are going now as leaders, if you get onto that blue painted tarmac, you do lose a bit of time. Obviously, if you creep left onto the curb, it's alright. Yeah. Oh, so that Cookin's stopping side by side. Cookin's just got past Slup here. Cookin's using every bit of his battery to try and get past, and so is Slup. But Cookin has made the position.
Cookin's doing decently well, Matt. Of course, he spanned, so he's got to use some more ERS to get through the field. But it is a great comeback drive so far for Cookin. 1.1 seconds now behind Darkin. It's very sad, Matt, because Darkin is actually in the championship battle, the closest guy to Yavuz Tugra. But the first few races, he obviously, debuted in Australia. I think he won that race, or at least got on the podium. He just hasn't had that pace ever since, really. He's had a good few races, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, but he's always been in the mid pack or the back end of the points. Really, hasn't really been able to have that P1, P2, P3 pace like Tugra, Danny, Magni, these sort of drivers. Even Crooken. Crooken's got the pace to be at the front tonight, and I think there's been a spin. Yeah, it's Julian.
Julian around at now bound to P12. So off the collision with Magni, and now down to P12 as well. The two leaders, it's constant swaps. Crooken's had a moment. Julian's in the bumps, the top three, and now they'll effectively, could almost say, the bottom three. Not quite there, Crooken's now P6, so I'll scrap that.
If I was Crooken, I'd really be thinking about pitting lap 14 to get this undercut on Magni, Soloist, Danny, and Tugra. If they keep battling, slow each other down, Matt, lap 14 is going to be a perfect lap for Crooken to box for the mediums. But to be honest, Matt, the clouds are starting to form. Crooken's on the inside. Clouds are starting to form, Matt, here in France.
They are.
I swear, Matt, every STB race, clouds want to start forming at France. They want to start bringing us back to season 18. Do you get it?
Yeah.
You remember that, right? That was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, I'll probably navigated through that on intermediate tyres.
I was
literally, Matt,
I was watching the French Grand Prix last night, and it literally just come up. Season 18, Mafio, like late safety car madness, whatever, and I watched it.
Yeah, I'll take safety.
And it was crazy. Absolutely crazy. That race is definitely an STB classic. Definitely. It was absolutely mental what was going on in that race.
Interesting. That was F1 2020, and knowing me, the intermediate conditions on that track, on that game, probably felt nicer than the dry conditions in this game. Those minutes were pretty nice to drive, the intermediates in that track. I actually still had grip for turn 2.
Magni is actually looking very quick. He's got some ERS to use as well.
Yeah. Danny's unable to find a way past Kugoda at the moment. Oh, Kugoda's used way too much curve there, and it's got himself a 3-second time penalty. And we're not even a third of the way through the race yet. So Danny advantage goes to Danny, but it is getting cloudier now. There's no more blue sky anymore, apart from that little speck right there. At the moment, everyone's navigating through. There's more yellow flags. Callum is now around again. Not sure how he's put it that late around the corner.
Don't know. I'm just hoping that we don't see something in a minute.
Well, he has a good
Danny's in the slipstream then.
Right.
On the other tug wrap, stewards will discuss after the race now what the best
Turn
way
one.
to deal with it.
It's only really never taking place you want to be doing if you're on much fresher tyres. So
If you're literally alongside or slightly ahead into the corner, you don't really.
No, I'm not talking about making the overtake. I'm just saying overtaking in general, because you only want to make that overtake into turn one if you've got much better tyres, which means you can pull away before the DRS of the other straight.
Oh yes, yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, sorry.
It's not to tell him
Right, Danny.
two of these should come back at him, can't he? So it's just playing the right game here. Danny, it's got great speed now. He's not close to us before, I think.
Yeah, here we go in the slipstream. Is Danny going to take the lead of the French Grand Prix? Yes, he is.
No, he's
not.
not.
He's not, because Tugger's on the inside, but Danny's going to have a better exit. Matt round the outside. He gets the move done.
Sweet as nuts.
Great stuff. I enjoyed that. That was fun. Clouds are starting to form, Matt, here. They are forming very quickly on this Paul Ricard circuit.
Damn, Mediterranean Sea.
And I've noticed as well, and most drivers are actually on the hards.
All the drivers start on the hards now in this race. All of them did.
I think there could well be rain on its way, Matt. I think the rain could be on its way. I think rain is coming.
Yeah, I think all went hards just for safety, just to make sure those tyres could go thin. I mean, it could go mediums and do 14 and 15 laps, and then maybe they could go to the rain period. But I think if you get on the hards, just keep your options open. You can still
watch it not rain now, Matt. Watch it not even rain.
I mean, it is gone very cloudy. When something goes cloudy this quickly, normally rain's coming. When rain comes this quickly, if it doesn't rain, clouds would. I think you would think it'd come a bit slower, wouldn't you? But when the clouds bubble out this quickly, I mean, that's blue skies about 3 or 4 laps ago. And normally rain comes very quickly in this game. And the clouds kind of just come out of nowhere. They don't come from like a corner or something. They don't come in. They just bubble up.
Well, I'm going to say, Matt, Magni has got some insane pace.
Even the floodlights come on.
Apparently, Matt, I don't know how, but Magni did say that this is actually a better track for him than Japan. So, I mean...
well, I'm not seeing that at the moment, so...
Yeah, I'm not seeing that either.
Pretty sure some floodlights on there. Even the floodlights on. I don't even know France even had the floodlights, to be honest. I mean, not as in I knew they had them, but just not as in they use them.
You know, flags.
Jerry,
that's Jerry.
Jerry's banned there again. I think.
Jerry, what are you doing? Come on. What are you actually doing?
Jerry's now using the setup he normally uses, but by doing that, it's probably got a more of a responsive, more of a pointy setup. But I don't think he's quite figured out that setup's going to be a bit more oversteery than his previous one. His pace was actually pretty decent on the other setup, not gonna lie. He might be better off just keeping that one, to be honest. Or whether he's slow or fast on that, I don't know. Yeah, his two is keeping his... Oh! And he's gone wide.
He's made a mistake, man. He's going to capitalise on this.
And he's gone over the curb and he's off the rear end.
Yeah.
Classic turn 2, that is.
Great stuff there from Magni. Put his car in the right position there.
Yeah, I'm sure Danny wouldn't be like to see that right now.
Yeah, Danny's going to be absolutely shitting himself. But this is good for Danny at the moment. If it finishes like this, Danny could be gaining a good few points on Tugger tonight. So that's always good. But, you know, it's only lap 11, so we can't speak too soon, Matt. That's something that Pistol does. Don't know if you've noticed, but he likes to speak about the championship a lot of the time and how it's changing throughout the race. It's only lap 11. So I've had to tell him that. It's only lap 11, so got 16, 17 more laps to go, so I've got a lot. But yes, you can join Pistol and Mafio tomorrow for the Tier 3 French Grand Prix, my final time.
as Maldi's just shot himself off. Beautiful. Sound like his mic cut out or something. But yeah, it'll be the last time maybe coming to France if the track doesn't return to F1 23. Personally, I'd pray that it doesn't. Never liked it. Ever since I went on F1 2018 for the very first time when it first came out, I went on to F1 2018, drove up to the circuit, and then suddenly decided I don't like it. I never did. Magni is still up just on Bennett at the moment. As Marley just seemed to re-plug his mic back in, maybe? No. Anyway, Petrovic just gained a place on Toby, and Toby's not been a great race for him at all, neither in the sprint or in the main race. And hello.
Hey, my mic cut out. Yeah, I said I'm not that quick around France, to be honest. I think I just enjoy it purely because of what happened in season 18. But I think I'm going to like it now, Matt, because we have got Danny versus Magni down the straight. Danny's going to be Minister of Defence now. Magni's fucked. Danny's going to be on that defence now, Matt, against the Haas driver.
Yeah, STB Minister of Defence he is.
And Crooken, look how much Crooken's gained as well, Matt.
Crooken's got so much. The fact he's just caught, the fact he's had that spin on lap 1, and the fact he's just closed up to all these guys proves. I think he's probably about half at the moment. I think he's about 2 or 3 tenths faster than everyone else on the circuit at the moment. In just general pace, not the way his lap time, it's just pace wise. He's just quicker than everyone else at the moment.
Go on, Crooken.
I knew he felt quick yesterday. He was certainly keeping up pace-wise. I think he had an unfortunate race yesterday in terms of how he went into the collisions and stuff. But he's
keeping that ERS over 10% as well, which is going to give him a little bit more speed down the straight.
Yeah, because you do get a bit of D rates down the straights.
He's done a much better exit out the second corner, Matt. And Crooken's going to be up to P4 in France. He was at the back of the grid on lap 1, Matt, as he said. He span on on turn 1, and he is now up into P4 in this race. Beautiful stuff.
Yep, and you have DRS to keep himself ahead of the Alpine, and the Alpine's actually lost 7 tenths to him. So no chance.
Oh, let's see now. Maggie's got the DRS. He's going to drop below 10% though. Danny's going to pull to the inside line. It's going to be a late break for the Ferrari. This is incredible, and he gets the move done again.
Magni's
pull your car into place.
Not taking advantage of that grip axe into that braking zone.
Danny's not fucking about tonight, Matt. Danny is not pissing around. This is someone that is hungry for a championship. A Petrovic spam. And it's starting to rain! It's raining!
I did say it might rain. No, so I just realised Petrovic is in the Mercedes again.
It's starting to rain here in France. Oh, God.
Second race in a row, by the way, where Petrovic is in the Mercedes and meant to be in the Red Bull.
Huh?
Petrovic is meant to be in the Red Bull, isn't he?
I don't know, Matt.
He is.
Anyway, it is raining now here in France. And Matt, this is now where DJ Danny is going to come alive, because Danny likes the wet weather. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about for DJ Danny. This is good.
It's not quite season 18 where it was raining for like the last 5 laps, and then everyone safety car came out, and obviously everyone pitted in like 2 laps to go. But yeah, obviously it's closer, but it's a bit like it. It's just a bit earlier than it was then. But yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting to see when they pit. And like I said, the floodlights are out. See them on the side of the circuit, on the left hand side, going down this back straight. You get on board.
Yeah, Magnus going to be.
See them.
Are they going? Is it going to be intermediate this lap?
Nah, it'll be another lap, yeah, I think. Very rarely. It comes wet tyres on the first lap. It rains.
Matt.
This is Belgium, obviously.
Someone is saying show the penalties. We don't really like to show the pens.
Yeah, unless your pistol keeps them up all the time.
Yeah, we don't really like to show the penalties because we like to see who's actually.
Yeah, and I like to keep the tyres up because Pistol doesn't obviously he's going to be watching F1 for like a year. But I like to make sure everyone knows the information everyone sees, because obviously you might be going, oh, they're on hard tyres, but actually one might be on 5 lap old hards, and the other one might be on 20 lap old hards. though, but that's just it's information I like to see, especially when it comes to intermediates. See who gets onto what tyres, what first. Obviously now it's now the pit stop window as Dark Engineer.
Darkin's in. Darkin is in the pit lane. This is crucial.
It's got to be intermediates because if he goes into another mediums, he's screwing himself over. It's got to be his intermediates. If he doesn't, he's just fucked himself. It is to set intermediates. See the green on the tyres.
It's intermediates, Matt. Let's look back at Magny. Crooken's on the inside of a tug wrap.
Petrovich fixes time penalty. That's the wrong Mercedes though.
This is crucial, Matt. I'm going to keep an eye on Darkin. This is crucial for the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Is Darkin made the right decision here in France?
It's too slick, I think. It's a bit greasy, but I just don't think it is early enough yet.
Because if he's made the right decision, Matt, I think Darkin's in P1 right now. I think Darkin will get the undercut.
But like, I always keep this in my head. It's better to be on intermediates on a dry track than it is to be on dry tyres on a wet track. So intermediates, you're only going to be about 4 or 5 seconds off the 3 or 4 or 5 seconds off the pace. But if you're on slick, it's going to be
Darkin's got great grip, Matt. Darkin's got great grip.
Well, it's intermediates. She's going to have decent grip anyway, regardless what good conditions you're on. Intermediates got decent pace on the dry track anyway. But yeah, he's definitely got some grip.
Right, let's see if Danny's going to pit.
Don't think he
Keeping on Darkin as well. Danny's not pitting, but Magny is. Magny's in the pit lane. Tugger's going to carry on. Where is Darkin going to be? Crooken is carrying on here in France. Where's Darkin?
He's already pitted, isn't he? It's just going through the fourth last corner. On board with the Williams driver now. See where he comes out. I honestly think he's lost time here. Oh, coming to mediums. And DRS is disabled. They haven't pit for intermediates.
What?
They've gone to slicks. Well, some of them have.
Why have they gone on to slicks for? What are they doing?
On mediums. They haven't pit for intermediates. Toby has.
Soloist is on medium. Magny's on medium.
Yep, Toby and Julian Slup all put from intermediates. So they've changed their tyres onto the intermediates. But these guys have stayed on slicks. They're going to be cold, greasy. It's going to be cold tyres on the greasy track now. It's even worse.
Yellow flag.
We see the pace difference between Darkin and Soloist here. Oh, Magny spun. Cold tyres on the greasy track. Terrible combination.
Yeah, this is great stuff, Matt. This is great stuff for Darkin. Great stuff for Darkin here in France. This is what he needed.
This gives Danny a bit of breathing space as well, especially now that Magny's just bottled it. Magny needs to make another pit stop as well, and so does Soloist. That's two racing contenders at the top there, out of the way. Yet Angel's lifting through the flat out right-hander. It's definitely ready for tyres. Why is
Danny's in the pits, and he's got a 5-second penalty. Danny has for speeding in the pit lane. That is crucial. Crooken's got the move done on Tugger. Tugger's carried on.
He's just screwed himself over.
Tugger's carrying on.
He screwed himself over, that's what he's done. I just said that Angel was lifting through the flat out right-hander. It's definitely not slicks anymore, it's definitely intermediate tyres.
Right, Danny's coming down the straight.
Why he's not pitted? Angel's not pitted either, why have we not pitted? You can see that it's slippery, I could tell.
This is mental, Matt. This is fucking mental.
Someone's just got some more grip on those mediums at the moment.
Yeah, Soloist is coming through side by side. The two people on the slick tyres, and then you've got Darkin on intermediate. This is like season 18.
This has got 3 tyre compounds fighting at the moment. Until it gets to the point where it's so wet now, to the point where even the fresh mediums are not going to be any faster than the hards. You can clearly see the intermediates are faster. Why they haven't pitted, I don't know. Danny needs a big fight back now, especially with Crooken with that pace. Yes, it's what conditions. Yes, Danny likes these conditions, but Crooken might do as well. He's just gained a 10th.
Yeah, Danny's got a drive through, so he really needs to push now. think Tugger's going to lose a lot of time as well, Matt, with this pit stop situation. And Tugger's finally in the pits.
It's Toby's coming up with Angel. Angel's obviously still on the hard tyres. Those two guys pitted a lap too late. If not 2 laps too late.
Come on, Danny, you need to get the gap over Crooken. Come on.
Long pit lane, it says, especially at 37 miles an hour. He's already behind Danny. He's already behind Crooken. He's going to be behind this, maybe behind this gaggle of cars. Maybe he's just come ahead of it. It's just
ahead. That's crucial.
Yep, that's crucial. He's definitely lost time, mate. He's lost about 2 seconds, I think. 2-3 seconds.
I thought I can't help the echo, unfortunately. Someone comment. I can't help the echo.
I can't hear it. It's just a Twitch. It's just Twitch being a bitch.
Twitch being a bitch and talking about bitches. We've got Toby, bitch like Toby up the inside of Soloist.
Still on the media.
Soloist is staying out still, Matt. He's still staying out.
Yeah, should have pissed his about now.
So now, Matt, it is a battle for Danny to try and get the gap to 5 seconds on Crooken. Unless Crooken, of course, gets a penalty. Danny is still in contention for this win. He just needs to make sure that the gap now is increased, Matt. This has been another wet, rain-affected, or rain-hit French Grand Prix in STB. I swear, Matt, I swear rain just loves France in STB. I swear it does.
You see that? You've probably had rain twice in this game, on this track so far since STB started. And yeah, you say you love it.
Well, no, I think every single game in STB's done at France has been rain. At least one race in the week.
Nah, I think I only remember one race on this track. And that was 2018. So it's just fine.
What a race that was! Oh, I love it. It was absolutely amazing. What I may do, Matt, is I may upload a few of the old STB races. So like maybe one from like season 5 or something, like way back in the day, like never seen before, or and maybe upload for season 18 again.
You have access to that.
Well, someone used to do it on a Elgato recording thing.
Oh yeah.
Magnus in the pits, on a set of intermediates. Yeah, someone used to do it on thingy, so he used to stream it on his own YouTube. Saying the slicks are better. Yeah, Magni, don't listen to the engineer. Always listen to the rain. If it starts raining, it's going to be intermediates in the next lap or two.
You remember the game? It's always wrong when it comes to that. At one point, it was saying, "Oh yeah, 6 are better," and it's like,
But I swear that's what it said in season 18 as well to Mercury, and then Mercury stayed out on slick, and then it was absolutely
I think
fucked.
it was like I think it might be that the switchover period. I think that's what it might be. Might be the crossover path.
Oh,
maybe I don't know. I don't really recall him saying that. Then again, I had my whole stream on there. So if you've watched the whole stream from that race, that's
I've watched the stream. Yeah, I've watched.
But if you watched the whole race, you might have heard it. Maybe, possibly, could do, probably.
It's unfortunate for Magni.
The battle with.
He was on Matt for a good result, but this hasn't worked for him tonight.
And flags. It's Joey. Joey's race is just. Oh, I know Jack's almost lost it through turn 2. That was a nice catch. Joey's not enjoying this. Joey, I think now at this point, we really wish he had his other setup from yesterday. Joey's just absolutely nowhere.
Wishing he didn't turn up to today's race. But yeah, thank you to Joey though, because it's good to have the reserves in.
Jack's almost lost it again.
Yeah, Jax is looking quite. He's really attacking the curbs and attacking the corners here.
Remember, Joey's a tier 2 driver reserving for tier 1. I think you forget that.
No, Joey's a tier 1 driver reserving.
No, if you look on the STB Discord, it'll be the other way around. That's Joey again. Doing the Spinala. It's not been a good race for the Alpines.
Well, no, Matt, he's got tier 1 drivers and tier 2 reserves. Rolls.
That's the one I changed it. Anyway, not important.
Petrovic is banned and safety car is out.
He's crashed at turn 7.
Safety car is out. Safety car is out. That has fucked Danny's chances of the win, basically.
Yeah, and it's brought back Magny and Callum and Joe back into it.
Yeah, lovely stuff. And Julian.
I just realised that Alfa Romeo's not racing today.
Hello?
Hello.
I could try disconnected again. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna charge it for a whole hour before this race, Matt. But yeah. Right, Julian's back on the track. Let's see what tyres he's going to go on to. I think it's a small set of it's another set of intermediates. I don't really think the advantage of having newer inters is that big, really, on the game.
Yeah, well, it does make a difference. It does. Obviously, almost lost it on the helicopter view. Sky Slup there. Nice catch there.
Yes, Matt, while we do the formation lap, the safety car, sorry. Obviously, Matt, the game, the F123 game is being revealed tomorrow in terms of, I think the release date will be confirmed tomorrow. So that will give us a few more details on when the new season will begin for season 23. I've already had questions about that, Matt. When is, the next season starting? So it's good to see that drivers are already committing themselves to a brand new season. But yeah, I imagine it's going to be at probably maybe 4 or 5 weeks after the release of the game before we really, after the release, sorry, before we really start the new season. I think it's going to be the longest season in STB history, I believe.
Possibly. It depends how many races on the race calendar as well. 23 races, I think.
Yeah, I think it will China. Be. We're not doing China in the first season, I don't think, and Portugal. I don't think we're doing them in the first season. They'll be in the second season. Obviously, Matt, the first season will obviously be the actual calendar for 2023, except from Baku Sprint. There is no way, Matt, on this planet that we are doing a sprint race at Azerbaijan. That would be absolute carnage. That would be horrible.
Off the track. He's just lost
position. Off the track. Slop has slipped off the track and he's down to P8. But yes, Matt, so yeah, we'll hopefully get some more information tomorrow about the game. That's exciting for everyone involved. I think it's going to be a good little...
ultimately, I just looked at the Discord and Jerry does have the Tier 1 driver's role and the Tier 2 reserves role. So I was correct.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Hey, he's reserving for tonight. He's not full racing in Tier 2.
Yeah, that's why I said it's good to have the reserves then.
Well, you mentioned that he was a full-time Tier 2 driver and a reserve Tier 1.
No, I said he's a reserve.
No, we're not back at the stream now.
Okay, well I said he was Tier 2 reserve. But anyway, it's not that deep anyway, Matt, because to be honest, he's Tier 2. He's shown himself to be a Tier 2 driver. I mean, he's 35 seconds behind Angel, so... Absolutely shocking race tonight.
I can't remember what I said, to be honest.
Well, anyway, Matt, don't worry about it, because Joey's going to be back into this race in a minute. Hopefully, he can catch up the 35 seconds. I doubt it, though. But we'll see. And there's been a spin! There's been a spin! There's been a spin! Soloist has spun under safety car. Jesus. Safety car going to be in this lap?
Being 3 laps, isn't it? 4 laps or something.
It'll be next lap, won't it?
Yeah,
it'll be next lap.
I haven't tell it yet, so
Joby hasn't caught up.
No, I'm back.
It would have been, it would have been.
I don't know where you got it from. I never saw it pop up.
Yeah, the message would have came up already.
Yeah, but you just mentioned it saying you took the car and it's lap, and I was like, what?
But Joey will catch up to the Pac-Man, it looks like.
Yeah.
It's good for him.
Same with Callum, I think. Callum's on fresh to me, so whether Joey want to do the same, I don't know.
Hello to everyone watching. Welcome to the Tier 2 Season 22 French Grand Prix. And at the moment, Matt, has Joey got a doubter?
Maybe.
It's going to be very hard, I think, Matt, for Danny to now win this Grand Prix. I think for Danny to win this, he needs to, well, hope that Crooken gets a penalty, if I'm honest.
And then lose.
That's the only way he's going to be getting. It'll make it easier for him to win.
Yeah.
It's just this pit lane, mate. You really got to remember that it's 37 miles per hour and not 50.
Yeah, it's because it's a tighter pit lane, and he's basically got a bend through the pit lane. Whoever designed that pit lane deserves to be shot.
I thought the pit lane was a lot worse when they first came to
Oh yeah, because it used to be on the exit of the last corner, and you go in, turn in. I mean,
it used to be a lot worse.
It's the French, so most there won't be a shot. They'll be given the guillotine.
Right. Well, Joey then is P12, so left guys in this lap. Yeah, very early. So Callum needs to hurry the fuck up.
I say it's always by the sector, always by the start of sector 3. It's the same guys get pulled in, which is where the sector 3 delta is.
Very early around this track.
Well, it's just depends on the third sector is. It's quite a short sector.
Oh, come on, Callum. Come on, you've had some practice on the wet tyres, so you should really know how to drive. What, Matt? I'm not lying, am I? Right then, here we go. We've got 4
could go now if you wanted to. To be honest.
We have got 4 laps remaining. Danny, just go. Danny, go.
He's gone. I think he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's lost it. He lost the rear there, and Cooken's not gone.
What a fucking restart from DJ Danny. Are you pissed?
He's already got 2.8 seconds.
Sliding everywhere, Matt. He's sliding everywhere.
They've not had much time to readjust these tyres yet, have they?
Right, Danny needs to be on it now in the next few laps. He needs to push like he's never pushed before. If he wins this map, this could be pretty big in terms of championship contention moving on. I know there's only 5 races remaining, Matt, after this race, which is mad to even say, but...
Callum's gone.
Yeah, Callum's gone. I mean...
There's 2 Alpines that were fighting for the podium places and now fighting for the wooden spoon.
Yeah, right, Matt, take us through the battle. We've got, I think, an Alpine. I think that's Soloist.
I literally expected I literally just mentioned about them having battle from the wooden spoon, and then you're going to mention it. Basically, my commentary for that last 30 seconds was completely irrelevant. Anyway,
come on, Danny. Come on, Danny.
Looking close on Angel here.
Please, please, Danny, come on.
Just call him Handgel.
I actually, Matt, really want Danny to win this race. I really want him to
win
this
the gap's stabilised around 2.7, 2.6 at the moment. So at the moment, this gap is not moving. But say
if Crooken gets a penalty,
yeah.
I can't even check the penalty. I can't even check the warnings, Matt.
No.
The race director.
Well, you can still flick through the thing, can't you, if you wanted to?
I can't flick through the race director.
No, I mean actually on the actual heads-up display.
What, for the penalties?
Yeah. That's if you want to.
I mean, Crooken, see how many warnings he's got, see if he's close to a penalty.
Ah, right, sorry. I think just put in general.
I think, yeah, if Crooken gets a penalty, Matt, that's going to put Danny in a much better position, because obviously he only needs them 2 seconds ahead.
Magny's getting past Angel here. Angel's not really defending it.
Yeah, Magny there, P8. Could have been a bit better for the Turk, but...
He's just kept it at the barriers, just. He was spinning in the dry.
DJ Danny competitive acrobatic racing's got a 5-second time penalty. But at the moment, if Crooken gets a 3 seconds for corner cut in, I think Danny's won this race. At the moment.
Yeah.
2.6 is it at the minute. But 2 seconds if Crooken gets a penalty.
Hasn't changed since the restart. So at this rate, Danny will be, I think, probably P2. Crooken will be P1. Darkin's starting to lose track of Tugra here, and he's losing his podium position. For Darkin, he's slowly falling away.
I think Crooken's slightly faster than Danny, Matt.
Yeah, I did see that earlier. Crooken looked pretty quick, obviously in the dry as well, but even in the wet, his pace has transferred that. Very victim of the time penalty. She's side by side with Slup here.
Toby's had a good exit on Darkin. Toby's got some good pace at the moment, but he has got a penalty, Matt.
Yeah, I think the majority of them have, as Darkin's now wide. You can tell he's struggling in these intermediate conditions as Toby swings it around the outside. A bit slippy on that curb there. Right, it is.
Oh, it's Toby down the straight.
Magny, I think Magny is just at the moment. It is Magny.
And Toby's up to P5 now.
Oh, Slup's retired, sorry. So I didn't see a Haas on the screen now. It's actually Slup's retired. I thought it was Magny. Oh, there's Angel's off the circuit.
I can try to keep disconnecting. It's really annoying me now.
Darkin's losing got no pace in these wet conditions. Oh, and the Haas now for Magny. That's Magny and Julian. I just made contact through turn 5. It's that tight right-hander, and the Julian ends up losing out the most of that. I'm not sure how the contact happened. I just saw them both have a half spin. And now the gap's still 2.8 for Danny and Crooken. So it looks like this rate, Crooken is going to win this race. He just needs to not get a penalty now. He can afford to lose a second if he wants to, just to make sure he doesn't pick up that penalty. We've got a lap to go after this lap. Still close between Toby and these guys around. Darkin's really struggling. Look at the grip that Magny has. He's really pushing Darkin's going to make the move up the inside here. These wet conditions very sketchy. He's pushed him off the circuit, and Magny's gone. He's gone.
Magny span.
He's kept at the barriers, but he's got one lap to make any moves. This guy, he's still in the points at this moment in time, but those tyres are going to be a bit warm.
Matt, I thought Magny used grip packs. What's going on?
Still spinning on grip packs.
Oh, there's been a collision. It's Tugwell versus Jax down the straight. This is for P.
All I heard from Molly was P. Brr. Magny got a 5-second penalty. That's him out.
Yeah, Magny's gone.
Oh, Jack almost lost it there. Jack having a few sketchy little moments, ain't he? Oh, and again, a bit too fast in the power though, Jack. Jack was pretty much drifting around that corner there. That gap's still 2.8 between the two leaders at the moment. So nothing's going to be changing. It's just trooped up to 3 seconds, but Danny's pace has come about 3 laps too late.
I think Darkin could still get a podium here.
No, don't think so.
It's very close. It's about a tenth. There's a tenth in it. There's a tenth in it, I think.
It's about, I think it's about, Actually,
he has to just really push in his final sector. He's going to have the ERS as well to use.
He's lost it. Yeah, he's about 2 tenths behind now. Yeah, he's lost that. He's just, I think it's just hovering around 3 seconds now again. It's so close. I mean, it's all about Toby's pace, but he's not going to keep it even. But it's his last lap now, Danny.
Yeah, it's the final lap of the French Grand Prix, and at the moment, I don't know, you know.
Boy, no one can get his penalty for his last corner.
Well, we're going to find out in a few seconds' time, Matt, because DJ Danny's going to come around the final corner. He is going to be your provisional winner in France, but Crooken will come round to be P1 in France. Tugwell will be P3. Is Darkin going to get a podium?
He will.
Yes, he is. Booyaka!
62 thousandths of a second.
Alright.
That's crucial for
Pull
the
your car
championship.
in the
Darkin get
place.
ahead of Tigra.
Great stuff. Darkin ahead of Tugra in the race. Lovely. I enjoyed that final bit of the race, Matt.
Oh, definitely interesting.
Enjoyed that a lot. And now Callum's doing an STB knock-on.
Oh, yeah. Going for the pit lane. Oh!
Well then, that is it. That is your French Grand Prix.
Ah. Tyler's kicking at probably the best time possible. Yep, Yassi Martin and Crooken is your race winner. From pretty much last place. He gains pretty much all of it in racing under racing conditions. He just got the last bit under the safety car, and I think it's been a great race. I think Crooken is definitely my driver of the day for sure. No competition. He is definitely my driver of the day, Crooken. Great drive for him.
Absolutely. Crooken then. Let's get to the results of the race, not the fucking weekend. That'll be lovely. We can actually interview some drivers as well. So your race winner is Crooken 89. Second is DJ Danny. Third is Dargin. Great end of the race there for him. Fourth is Tugger. I think I'm happy with that, Matt. Not too many points lost to his rivals there. Fifth, Jack. Sixth was Toby. Seventh, Julian Alenatovic. Eighth, Sir Lewis. I'll get that. I'll get Julian's last name right one day. I'll get it fluent. 10th is Joey. 11th, Callum. He'll be having a few words with the stewards. Then your non-finishers for the race were Magni, Slup, Petrovic, and Gassari here in France. That is the final ever for the foreseeable future French Grand Prix for Tier 2 done and dusted. 5 races remain: Spa, Italy, America, Mexico, and the best track on the calendar. But yeah, we're going to speak to P2 man DJ Danny. Yeah. Danny, welcome. Well, yeah, welcome to the Combox. France, you had the win in the bag, but then you obviously, well, I thought you had that win in the bag. You would have if you didn't, mess up the pit entry. But how did you feel about the race? I think it looked like you had some good pace, and of course you had the wet conditions that you obviously enjoy as well. So,
yeah. A sprint, a qualifier and a sprint. I mean, I had a very good start in the sprint, and then I just got forced wide a bit, which meant my tyres were a bit dirty, and I just lost. I went from like 3rd to 7th, and then never really recovered from then. So the sprint, I feel like I could have done better in. But then starting, I think I started 7th for the sprint. Yeah, got a really good start, and then there was a couple of collisions. I managed to get into P4, and then it became P3. And then, yeah, from there, it was just people making mistakes. And I managed to get through, just save the RS and get through, and then stayed ahead. Like Magny was trying to come at me, but just outbraked him and into the corners. And then the rain started to come, and I thought, oh, this is my chance, pitted, and yeah, I think I was like 1 mile an hour over, but just that extra wet conditions meant I missed time my braking point, and that's cost me. But when I had that safety car restart, I thought, oh, maybe there's a chance here because I got maybe 3 seconds, and then the limiter came in, and it came out again, and then I nearly spun. So I think I was like 5 seconds clear at one point, and then I nearly half spun and got to 3 seconds, and I could never really extend that out because, like I say, Crooken could really keep up and match my pace. But luckily, I was able to gap the others.
okay. So we can get Crooken in the pie. Obviously, Danny, next week we go to Spa, a track that I think a lot of drivers do enjoy. There's 5 races left. I mean, the gap is quite big, Danny. But yeah, what have you? How are you looking? How are you? Well, yeah, Spa. Are you looking forward to Spa? Is that a track that you enjoy?
I think Spa will be good. Um, I haven't raced it in a while, but I think it'll be good to race around there. If it's wet again, always a chance for me. I feel like in this tier, if there's wet weather, there's probably only a couple that can match me. So yeah, hopefully we get some, spa-like weather, and then yeah, I know the gap's big in the championship, but yeah, hope's not over yet until the fat lady sings, as they say.
Well, thank you, Danny. Crocken, just a quick interview. Obviously, another win today in France, another win in the STB Racing League for you. You are the reigning champion for obvious reasons. You just kept it clean today, no penalties. You was able to get Danny because of the 5 seconds. But you had a spin and you got through the field quite well. Me and Matt basically said that you was the quickest guy on the track at one point. Yeah, briefly take us through your race and how it feels to have won after the lap one incident.
Yeah, I had so basically I launched off the corner, and then about halfway down the mini straight, then the limiter kept kicked in, and then it kicked in, and then so I was full throttle, and then it un did itself, and that's why I nearly half spun. So I was like 5 seconds clear at one point.
Right. Well, thank you, Crocken. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, everyone that's tuned in for tonight's French Grand Prix. You can join. Wait for it, you know what's coming. You can join Matt and Pistol tomorrow for the Tier 3 French Grand Prix, where you can see the current combined championship leader back on the track
Safe.
in France for Paul Ricard. Matt is doing side-eye right now. But if you don't want to do that, then we return to one of the more iconic tracks on the calendar, the Spa-Francorchamps circuit in Spa in Belgium for round 12, the Belgian Grand Prix, where we are edging ever closer to the STB 9-year anniversary at Monza on Monday, the 15th of May. So it's going to be an absolute amazing race there. But yeah, you can join us tomorrow for France Tier 3 or next week for Spa. We'll see you then.